conclusion is going to be based on your reasons or your decision to get there. Okay, so the question to be cited can be the issue. All right, do we go to Waterworld? That is the issue. Do I feed my dog Alpo? That's the issue, right? Do I go down this path or that one? That's the issue. Okay, so best decision is made with the best information or reasons at hand. So the best way to do that is to, you can make a list, like Robert Frost. He doesn't know which one to go down. One's more trodden, one's been going down. The other one's a little dark and spooky, and he's like, I'm just going to try the one less traveled. See what the hell happens. I'm never going to be able to come back to the spot based on my experience, but let's just try it. Why not? And he made a list of why he should do either one. So I'm going to give you a quick little list of, it's on page 12 and 14 of a decision making method. And I want you to actually do this yourself too, because this is going to be the last thing you do for this chapter, aside from your reading responses and your responses to your peers. I want you to consider, how do you make your decisions come to fruition, right? So a decision making method would be, one, define the dilemma or the form in an issue. What's your issue? What are you trying to figure out? Do you feed your dog Alpo or not? And I don't know why I'm so on the Alpo thing. To me, it's just kind of like an easier go-to in trying to form what an issue might be. All right, so define your dilemma in the form of an issue. And look at the long-term objectives. What do I want this choice to accomplish in my life? This could be anything. This could be finishing up school. This could be buying a car. This could be getting married. Maybe the Alpo. I don't know. It could be one of these things. What are these decisions that you ultimately want to make? And what are the long-term objectives? What do you want this choice to accomplish in your life? Where do you want the school to take you? Where do you want this job to take you? Where do you want this healthy life choice to take you? Okay. Now determine which factors, that's number 3, determine which factors are most important to you concerning your desired outcome. What are the factors that are most important to you in the end? Okay. And then list those factors and give importance to each one. Okay. So then now you've got a list of, these are the things that are important. These are the factors, and these, from 10 to 10 to 2, you got 10 of them, 10 down. What is the value of each one of those, and how will they ultimately either benefit you or maybe harm too, based on these factors. All right, so take each factor and weigh it against your choices. Okay, and the choice with the highest score is tentatively chosen. So when we're looking at 12 and 14, they're talking about going back to school. Going to a school. Should I attend school X or Y? Okay, that was kind of one of their examples on the bottom of page 12. Take a look down there and see how they're guiding you through. Tentatively, this is your last one, choosing your highest scoring alternative, right? So kind of deciding of the two, which is the better one, and what would be your second best option in these decisions. So again, it could be as simple as, different eating habits, exercising, we can make it that small. We can make it as big as buying a house, moving, job, school, having kids, getting married. These things are, I want you to get in the habit of understanding decisions, because when you start to define the decision-making process, you start to understand how you make arguments about things and how you critically think about a thing. You look at all aspects and then you come to your conclusion that way. So, all right. That being the case, this is kind of like the end of this chapter. Yes, it's long. I'm sure my video ended up having to be broken up into like 4 different ones. But I give this to you early so that you kind of get your feet wet. Hopefully you've got your book already and everything. And then now you understand the biggest thing here I want you to understand is, what is an argument? What truly is an argument, and what's an opinion? All right. And if you don't have anything substantial to back up your statements, you're probably just stating an opinion, right? And I want you to be mindful when people are making statements and arguments, whether it's an ad, whether it's a politician, whether it's a family member or a friend, what is the topic that's at hand? What's the issue you're really dealing with? What conclusion is someone coming up with based on what reasons? Okay. So really consider that. So again, we'll make it super simple. We've got, the topic at hand is Alpo. The issue I have is whether or not do I feed my dog Alpo, right? Now, my conclusion is absolutely, I'm going to feed my dog Alpo, and my reasoning stand by the science and the health factors and the benefits and how I've seen other animals do well on this particular food, right? But I'm also mindful of where else am I getting this information? Am I going by the commercials that tell me this is good for the dog? Right? Am I falling into the advertising ploy, or did I take a step back and look at what other people are doing and what they've done and their reactions to the dog food? Right? So this is how we come up to conclusions. And yes, so you're like, oh, it's just dog food, but in the end, the critical thinking really does matter. Or are we mindlessly just doing shit because a commercial told us, or a politician told us, or a neighbor, or a friend, or TikTok, right? Like, where are we coming up with our final decisions on things and our arguments on a thing? Where? Where are we getting this information? And how is it changing the way we're thinking in good or bad ways? Okay. And I say bad ways in the sense of pulling away from the facts and just going straight to, our opinions on a thing. Okay, we're trying to pull away from that. We're going to be free from that, and we're going to really research and give ourselves that opportunity to really see what's going on in arguments and decision making. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thus far, I think you're doing great. See you in a little bit.